folks, I keep telling y'all. I keep telling y'all, and I'm gonna say it again and again and again and again and again and again until people really hear what I'm saying. Bam Adebayo is not who you think he is. Tyler Hero is not who you think he is. The Miami Heat have got to gut this thing. They got to get rid of those two guys. I say the word gut it because people think, and the Miami Heat front office has convinced you that those two guys are great players when they're nothing more than glorified role players. Did my video on Bam Adebayo calling him a glorified role player and said that we have to trade him? I said earlier this year we need to trade Tyler Hero. We need to trade them both. The Miami Heat has got to make that decision ASAP and trade both of these guys because these guys are not going to help the Miami Heat ever get anywhere. And as long as you keep them on this roster, they're going to continue to drag this team down. Let's talk about it. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Heat Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. I am your host, Rudy Rodriguez Show. Mod, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let me know y'all thoughts. By the way, I just started an Instagram called Heat Unfiltered, so go follow it over there. It's brand new. I dropped one little short today. Trying to manage multiple, IG platforms is tough and stuff like that. But do follow us on all of our different ones. But also jump on over to Heat Unfiltered and check out because we'll be dropping the Heat content there specifically, and it will all be funneled over to Come On Now podcast, just so you know as well. But man, we got to talk about this because the Miami Heat won again tonight. They beat the brakes off the Indiana Pacers. Now I know the Indiana Pacers suck. I mean, I'm not delusional. I know who the Indiana Pacers are. They suck. But Miami has gotten back to Miami Heat basketball, or the new version of the Miami Heat basketball. 142 to 116. They outscored the Pacers by 22 points in the fourth quarter in this 26-point win. What you got from the Miami Heat was this offense that you had seen for the first 15 games or so of the season. And then when Tyler Hero returned to the lineup, the team kind of went to complete shit. And while I know people will sit here and say, well, he's only played 6 games, those Tyler Hero Glazers will say that he's only played six games. I understand that. But before he got back, just to remind you and refresh your memory, Miami was 11-6. And Hero walked in the door, and Miami went from averaging 125 points a game and scored 106 and 106 on back-to-back nights. And Tyler Hero was the leading scorer in both situations with 24 and 29. But what that did was is it moved Kalel Ware to the bench. It changed the role of Jaime Jaquez, and it impacted the entirety of the team. Now, Hero has now been out once again for the last, I've lost count of how many games he's missed, but he's only played in 6 games this year. Miami's 17 and 15. That's 32 games. So he's missed 26 games. And in the games that he has played, let's take a look real fast. He has, okay, so they were 2-0, then they lost to Detroit in a game that they, were getting blown out for most of that game. They did beat the Clippers, and he played that game. So what are they? They're 3-3 in games that he's played. So in games that he has played, they're 3-3, and in games that he hasn't played, they are at this point. Let me confirm exacts. Let me confirm the exacts, just because that's what I need to do. So I confirm they are 3-3 in the games that he has played. And in 4 of those 6 games that he has scored 106, 106, 108, and 108. They're 2-2 in those games, and they scored 135 against Detroit, and they scored 140 against the Clippers. Now, let's be real. What we were watching earlier this year, we thought was crazy. Like we had, what the hell is this team doing, scoring so damn much? So, like I said, the Heat's 3-3 with Tyler Hero in the lineup, but 4 games where they scored under 110 points. And since Tyler Hero came to the lineup, Miami has scored under 110 points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 times. Remember, this was a team that was averaging 125 a game before he got back. They have been under 120 points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games under 120. In fact, they had a game under 100 points earlier in a couple weeks ago against Toronto. Actually, 2 under 100-point games against Toronto with 96 and 91 points. But only 2 times the Miami Heat have been under 100 points all season. Both games versus Toronto. Now you have Bam Adebayo and Tyler Herro both out, and Miami plays Atlanta, goes on the road, and beats the doors off Atlanta, 126-111. This was on the 26th. This was 2 days ago. Norman Powell goes for 25. Khalil Ware has 16 and 13. Andrew Wiggins remembers that he knows how to play basketball, has 18 points. Pele Larson returned to the lineup. Now, is Pele Larson the difference for the Miami Heat? Because it seems like whenever Pele Larson plays, the Miami Heat seems to win. He goes for 21 points in his return, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Again, this is a guy who knows that he's a role player. He knows who he is. Jaime Jaquez, 16 points off the bench. Nikola Jovic, 10 points off the bench. Despite only shooting 3 of 14, he was a plus 12 when he was out there. They were plus 12. And then tonight you have the game against the Pacers, where everyone contributes. Everybody. You get 28 from Wiggins, 12 of 16. You get 15 and 7 from Ware, which is actually one of his lower performing games, if you want to be completely honest. I'm transparent. I'm not going to bullshit you. You know, him only having 7 rebounds, partly is probably because they shot 51% from the field. Norman Powell, 23 points. Pele Larson, 16 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds. Off the bench, Jaime Jaquez leads the team with 28 points and 11-15 shooting. Nikola Jovic, 19 points off the bench. When he was on the floor, the Heat was a plus 35. So what you see is a different team when those 2 guys are out to when those guys are playing. You see a free-flowing game. You see a game in which there's no ego getting in the way. And my problem with the Miami Heat has remained that they refuse as a front office to ever admit being wrong. Like, this is what Jimmy Butler was talking about. I know people have grown to not like Jimmy Butler because of his antics and how he's acted when he's come back to Miami and doesn't want to shake hands. I don't give a shit about that. Jimmy Butler knew what was going on. Jimmy Butler knew what he was promised. Jimmy Butler watched Bam get paid. And Jimmy Butler then saw the team that he brought to the finals twice in 5 years and 3 times to the conference finals, who he had to put on his back because the reality was he had no other help. And he watched them say, no, we're not going to pay you. He watched Pat Riley insult him publicly because he talked some shit when he was injured. So all these things happen. And you chose Herro, a guy that you tried to trade for 3 straight years, and you chose Bam over the guy that brought you to the finals twice in 5 years. This is the type of thing that Pat Riley's ego did and has always done. He hates guys who challenge him. LeBron James did it. He got hurt. LeBron walked, but Pat Riley, didn't help the situation. Dwayne Wade walks. Again, Pat Riley's ego got in the way. Like, these are the things that happen. But you'll never hear that Pat Riley ever missed that signing Hassan Whiteside to a 4-year, $98 million deal. It wasn't a major mistake. Or that giving Dion Waiters a lengthy contract, or James Johnson a lengthy contract, or giving 4 years and $50 million to Tyler Johnson with a $25 million final year payout as a horrible decision. Like, these are the decisions that this franchise has been making, and people ignore it and say, oh, he's the godfather. Oh, he knows what he's doing. No, he's 80 fucking years old. He's 80 years old. The game is different today. Like, you're not going to live playing basketball in the 105s. Like, these teams, the way the game is played today is just so different than the way it's played in the 90s. Look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm a fan of today's basketball. I'm not. I don't like the way the game is played. I like defense. I like physicality. I like aggression. I like post game. I like everything that goes with that. I like my 7-footer playing with his back to the basket. I'm not a fan of watching a 7'4" guy take 30-foot jump shots. And whether or not he makes them or not defeats the purpose, because a 7'4" guy taking 30-foot jump shots, well, that's a guy who needs to be under the basket rebounding the basketball. And this isn't a shot at Victor Wembanyama, who still averages 12 boards per game. But think about the fact that if that guy played under the basket, he probably averaged 15 or 16 and still averaged 24 or 25 points per game. Like a guy like that, and this is just an example because I'm thinking about him, only takes 6.5 free throws a game. You're 7'4". You're 7'4", and you're only shooting 51.4% because you're taking 4 threes per game. It's one of the biggest pet peeves I had with Joel Embiid, because Joel Embiid's a monster, but he'd rather shoot jumpers than freaking get his big ass under the basket. So yeah, the way the game is played today, I'm not a huge fan of it. But for what the Miami Heat is doing and what they've been doing, to not find a way to go get Kevin Durant in the offseason is becoming glaring now. And I'm not sitting here saying that Kevin Durant would lead Miami to the finals, because I don't think he would. But he'd make you want to watch him. Are you paying your money to go watch Bam and Herro? Like, seriously, if you didn't have season tickets and the building was empty, would you spend your money to go watch Bam and Herro? Like, think about that for one quick second and ask yourself that question. Would you? I wouldn't. In fact, I canceled my season tickets this year because of it. I was a long-time season ticket holder, and I canceled my season tickets because I got tired of the Miami Heat putting on a crap-ass, trash-ass product. The product was trash. It became ridiculous. And I refused to spend almost $20,000 a year between tickets and merch and food and parking and gas to drive an hour to go watch a game where they're not even playing with full effort. Where you have nights where they just don't even show up. And what pisses you off as a fan is that you know this team has more in it, but they don't perform in the regular season. And then they wait until the playoffs when they have to fight their way through play-ins and dumb shit like that. And yeah, I mean, they found a way to go deeper into the playoffs because Jimmy Butler became God, because he had no choice. There was no one else on this team that actually showed up. Jimmy Butler right now, just for those of you who have any interest in it, is averaging 19.95 and 5 with the Golden State Warriors, 52.3% shooting, and 45% from three right now. He's shooting more free throws now per game than anybody on the Miami Heat. These are facts. And Jimmy Butler never had a problem deferring to a player that he knows is better than him. He knows Steph Curry's better than him. Jimmy Butler's taking 12 shots per game. Jimmy Butler has no problem deferring. Jimmy Butler's problem was he's being told to defer to guys like Herro and Bam, who he knows are not on his level, who he knows will never be on his level. One, because they lack the toughness. Two, because they lack the effort. And three, because they lack the skill. And then they don't play defense. Herro plays no defense. While people will sit here and say Bam's a great defender, I don't stand on that. I think he's an okay defender. Talks a lot about his defense. He's okay. Better post defender than he is perimeter defender. That's for dang sure, in my opinion. It's my opinion. People will tell me I'm crazy. Bam Adebayo decided one day that he wanted to be a three-point shooter. He's become so goddamn inefficient. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. The fans expect so much more from him because the team has told us that he is this guy. He's not. He's never been this guy. He's never been the guy that they want him to be. He is an 18, 19, and 8 and 9 type of player. 18 and 9, 19 and 9, maybe 20 and 9 at best. You're making $55 million, motherfucker. You need to be a 25 and 12 guy. In today's basketball, in today's league, where the game is up and down, up and down, up and down, where they call no foul, where everything's a foul, and the possessions, there's 20 to 30 more possessions per game, you should be averaging 25 and 12. But you decide that you want to shoot threes. You're a below average three-point shooter from league standard, yet you keep doing it. You think you are more than you are. And the Miami Heat continue to believe that he's more than he is. He's not. He's not. The Miami Heat need to package him and Herro and get rid of him. If that's what it takes to trade them both and go get Giannis, I'm all for it. Any trade that includes Kel'el Ware or Jaime Jaquez, you better nix that shit right now, because neither of those guys should be traded. Neither of them. Neither of those guys should be traded. What you did when Herro came back is Jaime Jaquez went into shit. And now you got him back. Now and look at Jaquez. Jaquez before Herro got back, Jaquez was averaging over 17 a game. He's under 16 now. He was shooting over 60% from the field. He's shooting 51.2. These things happen when you change the man's role to the point where he went from, I mean, he was the Miami Heat's best player. He was the Miami Heat's best player until Herro got back. He was the closer. You can look at the numbers. The numbers are in your face. I mean, you have a stretch where he's got 11. I mean, let's see. From the time Herro got back, 11, 6, 10, 10, 14, 15, 12, 9. Like, you changed what he was doing. It's only until recently that he's finally getting his shit back together again over the last 4 games to where he's finally feeling comfortable again in the system. 9 of 15, 9 of 16. Now he had a 5 of 14. That wasn't a good game. 11 of 15. I mean, dude, this guy is a beast. Jaime Jaquez could be a legitimate big-time player. Did you notice that Victor Wembanyama's been coming off the bench for the Spurs? Coming off the bench. The man was hurt, came back. He's come off the bench the last 6 or 7 games. Tyler Herro, they jam him back into the starting lineup immediately. Why? Bring that bitch off the bench. He's a scorer. In fact, he would fit coming off of the bench based on the way the team is performing. No, Miami instead jams him into the starting lineup, benches Kel'el Ware, and Kel'el Ware's performance falls off of a freaking cliff because he's not playing as much. Here, I'll get Kel'el Ware. Another example. Game log it. Tyler Herro shows up. This is a guy that before Herro got back, 20 and 16, 20 and 14, 7 and 16, 16 and 14, 15 and 10, 15 and 13, 14 and 20. I mean, I've gone over this before. The one game that he played well in with Herro on that court was the 20 and 18 game against the Dallas Mavericks. They won 106-102. Next game after that, 11 and 9, 12 and 7, 0 and 9, 22 and 10, 4 and 8, 5 and 6, 4 and 6, 6 and 13. This man played 26 minutes, 22 minutes, 16 minutes, 25 minutes, 22 minutes, 30 minutes, 12 minutes, 19 minutes. And then finally, the Miami Heat put him back in the starting lineup. Go figure, right? Go figure. Finally gets put back into the starting lineup. They remember he's part of their damn team after putting his ass on the damn bench. And what happens? Immediately, 22 and 12. Yeah, Miami lost the game. No, Miami won that game, actually. 22 and 12. They beat the Nets 106-95. 24 and 14. They lost that game. 28 and 19. They lost that game. That wasn't on Kel'el Ware. The rest of the team has lost its mojo. They lost their groove, so they had to get that shit back. Now he had a rough game against the Raptors. And then they don't run the ball through him at all. He only had 8 shots in that game, so he didn't play very well. Fine. He ain't going to be perfect. But then he goes back 16 and 13, and today 15 and 7. I mean, he's finding himself again. It's like Eric Spoelstra is considered this fucking genius, but God, dog, Eric Spoelstra does some dumbass shit. He's done some dumbass shit with this team. I mean, this team right now is sitting here at 17 and 15? The standings, they're now 17 and 15 as a 7 seed. 17 and 15. I mean, they're probably, we'll see what happens when Bam gets healthy and Herro gets healthy again and the whole 9, but it's just mad frustrating as a Heat fan to watch this crap and listen to people say, oh, it's not Herro, it's not Bam. Yes, it is. And it's on Spo too. Because Eric Spoelstra swears, Eric Spoelstra protects Bam Adebayo and Tyler Herro like they're his girlfriends. It's crazy. I've never heard, especially Bam. Bam can do no wrong. Bam can do no wrong when it comes to this, with the ownership and to Eric Spoelstra. I've never seen anything like it. Never seen anything like it. A guy so protected. Bro is a fucking role player. Herro is a fucking role player. And you're paying them like stars. Trade their asses. You see what your team looks like. Norman Powell, point blank, is a better player than Tyler Herro. I don't care if he's older. I don't care if he's 32 years old. He understands who he is because he's been a role player for most of his career. And real shit, Tyler Herro is 25. He's always hurt. Like he's 50. Like this guy is perpetually injured. Making $31 million this year, bro. Enough already. Norman Powell's making $20.4 million. Are you telling? I mean, come on now. This crap. Norman Powell's a better player than freaking Tyler Herro. Period. And his numbers dropped too. Also, when Herro got back, think about that. Everybody's stuff dropped when Herro showed up. When Herro got back, everybody's stuff went off a cliff. It's just the reality. Just the reality of what's going on here, people. You might want to close your eyes and not want to believe it, but I'm giving you facts. Data defends this. Like right now, the Miami Heat, when Tyler Herro plays, they are not anywhere near the team they are when he doesn't play in terms of scoring. And yes, I mean they did lose some games without Herro, sure, because they've been messing with the damn lineup way too damn much. And then of course you have a guy like Bam who you're trying to jam in there, like once again, square peg, round hole. He ain't a star, but you want to treat him like a star. You want to force him to be a star. He's never gonna be that. He's never gonna be that. But hey, y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Miami Heat get a big win tonight. I think that's 2 in a row. Let's see when they're next on the schedule. They play the Nuggets on Monday, so it's gonna be a tough game. I mean, they're a game behind Orlando in the Southeast standings, but this team has got to this franchise has got to figure out what the hell they're gonna do because Tyler Herro and Bam need to be traded. Period. Make the deal. Go get Giannis. Both those guys can be in the deal. I wanted Ja Morant for a minute. I still do. If I could trade Herro and go get me Ja, and I can go trade Bam and add whatever to get Giannis, I'd do it in a minute. In a minute. It's like not even a thought. It's not even a thought. Like think about the player that Giannis Antetokounmpo is. That's like literally what they're trying to make Bam be. That's what they're trying to make Bam be. Giannis is averaging 28, 9, and 10 rebounds per game. I mean, and this is an okay year for Giannis, 63.9% from the field. You can make that deal. You put Bam, you can package it. You cannot trade Pele Larson. You can package Bam, Kasparis, Drew Smith, heck, even Jovic. But you gotta go get us Bam. You go get us Giannis down here. This is a playoff. This is a good playoff team with Giannis and these other guys. You dump off Herro and go get yourself John Morant. You now have now you have a roster that people want to pay to see. People have paid already because they got season tickets. But you have a roster that now people are going to open their eyes like, oh shit, this isn't a role player team. And these aren't guys that are going to slow your team down. Like these aren't ball stopper type dudes. Giannis is not a ball stopper. Ja's not a ball stopper because he's an actual point guard. And then it allows you to really move Davion Mitchell to backup point guard, which is really where he should be. He's not a starting level point guard in the NBA. Again, another mistake the Miami Heat made. They got Davion Mitchell, who's a backup playing. Davion Mitchell was a third string point guard last year on the Raptors, whoever he was playing for. He was a third string point guard. He's the starter for the Miami Heat. I like his style. I like his aggression, the whole nine. He should be a backup. But again, y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Y'all hit that like button. I appreciate y'all jumping on board as we grow in the Heat content. I know I've been a little bit sporadic with it. Watching this team lose games constantly really ticked me off. And really, it would have been a lot of fucking toxic looking shit. And yeah, people might still say it's toxic that I'm talking trash about. I'm not talking trash. I'm saying the facts about Bam and Herro. They don't fit. They don't fit. They're not the right fit for this team, man. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. This is Heat Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.